It's a part of John Famiglietti's family history, a 1963 Mack B67T truck that his father drove for 17 years throughout the 1960s and 70s while working for the E.J. Kelley Company.
My father used to run up and down the valley. He would leave Torrington. He'd start peddling the freight in Thomaston. He'd work his way down as far as Shelton, down that area. Then he would turn around and come back up through, picking up freight on the way back.
His father's occupation fostered
a childhood dream of wanting to drive trucks, and I got the real thing right here.
Yes, this bright red 1963 truck is the actual Mack that his father drove decades ago.
We've been looking for it for years and couldn't find it, and my son found it on eBay one year. And then we purchased it and restored it to exactly where my father had it.
The truck was located in New York. John Famiglietti Jr. found it on eBay in 2008. Father and son brought it home to Thomaston and then began what became a 4-year restoration process.
It was pretty rough. The cab took a lot of work. It's got a new set of doors on it and fenders. The hood's original, but we did the floors all brand new from one side to the other. The cab corners, quite a bit of work, a lot of metal work in the cab. It was pretty rusty when we got it, all full of Bondo.
They knew the Mack's origin because of the Kelley name on one door and the fact the truck number matched the one on some old Polaroid pictures.
Still had the paperwork in it from the last guy that drove it after my father gave this one up and drove another one. And it still had its clipboard and stick for checking the fuel in it because the fuel gauge didn't work. And the registration was still in the glove box.
The truck is powered by a 673 cubic inch 6-cylinder diesel engine with 10-speed 2-stick transmission. The Mack has mismatched fuel tanks with a larger one on the driver's side.
They always put a longer tank on the driver's side because of the exhaust. So you can't fit the bigger tank. This tank is 45 gallons, and I believe that tank is 80 gallons.
Driving a big truck is a bit different from driving a car, unless you have experience.
You know, they're a little harder to stop. You just can't stop on a dime with them. When they're fully loaded, they're hauling 80,000 pounds, and you can't stop them. But when they're bobtailing like this, it's like driving a car to me.
Together, father and son own 15 or 16 vintage big rigs, and collecting them is different from collecting classic cars.
The biggest challenge is finding them, and the biggest cost, it is expensive to do them, and it is costly to find a place to keep them. It is an expensive hobby, but any car collecting is expensive.
They're just like classic car lovers, though, in that their toys are used for enjoyment.
We drive these on the weekends. These are our toys to drive on the weekends.
That's Ride Connecticut. I'm Bud Wilkinson, and please subscribe to Ride Connecticut's YouTube channel.